Okay, so today we're going to go over the ins and outs of BackAgent. I'm going to show you the calendar, the marketplace where you can create flyers, how to enter in a transaction into BackAgent, what a CDA is, and all of that good stuff. So when you first log into BackAgent, this is what you see under the start page. So if we scroll down just a little bit here, so this right here that says the blend, office post, associate post, community post, this is kind of like the BackAgent Facebook. So if you have a coming soon or an open house, or you have a buyer that's looking for something specific and you want to ask other agents here in our office if they know anybody who can help them, this is a great place to post that. So you can post it within our office, or you can post it in every single office's BackAgent page. So either way, if they're in a different area, there's a buyer that's looking for something out of town or something. Also, we have the calendar here. So you can find it here on the start page, or we can go over to office and find it there as well.
How we can send out coming soon without having to worry about HARs.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, here. You're welcome. We're just getting started. Okay, so if you scroll down just a little bit here, let's see. We have some featured videos that are here, like this one's on Social Tool. You can also find that over in the Learning tab. So I'm going to go over to, let's see, I'll do Office. We're going to click over to Office. So again, here's the calendar underneath the Office tab. Associates' birthdays. You can find out whose birthday is coming up next down here. Thank you. And then you can also access Property Desk here. So if you click on the Resources tab, Property Desk Schedule, this is where you schedule for that. So anything that's orange, you would just click on it and it automatically has your name on there and you would just click on Reserve. So we're in Office. If we click on the Documents tab, a lot of our documents, well, most of our documents in here have been copied and moved over to Impact in the Impact Library, but we still have them in here. So if you're looking for, let's say you're working with an apartment complex, it's not a normal lease situation, so you won't have your regular residential lease application and lease agreement. In order for them to pay you, you have to send them an invoice. So right here is kind of like a little cheat sheet. It's called Basic Lease Invoice. It's in an Excel spreadsheet. So you can type in the address, the amount and all of that, and send it to them with our W-9. Office and then Documents. Yes, I have the vendor list is in here. The agent-to-agent referral agreement is in here. The cap enrollment form. So the cap enrollment, it's called the Client Appreciation Program. And that is if you're working with a tenant or, well, it's really any client, but it's really good for tenants. So it's 23 mailings over a 5-year period, and it's $25. You pay for it on your CDA, and I'll explain to you what that is later. They initially send out a welcome home packet, and you can have the picture of the home posted on there with the address. It has mailing labels for them. It has a little magazine in there. The magazine is all about real estate, and then on the very last page, I always put some sort of a recipe in there, trying to make it a little bit more personal. Anyhow, so they'll send that welcome home. They'll send a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of those things throughout that whole 5 years. So it basically just it touches them without you being, hey, are you ready to buy? All the time. Credit card authorization form, just basically a lot of the training schedules in here. Again, he said the vendor list is in here as well. So this could be a quick first look if you're looking for one of those types of in-house forms. That'll be uploaded into BackAgent. I process all of those. So when you're in your transaction and you've got it created and you're ready to submit, it will ask you for that form. If you've told it that you want to purchase that. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to the marketplace real quick. I'm going to kind of go around everything and then we'll go to the transaction spot. Okay, so inside the marketplace, you can create flyers, brochures, all kinds of fun stuff. But if I normally just do flyers in here. I wouldn't order or pay for anything inside of BackAgent. So I'm just going to show you how to do a quick flyer in BackAgent. So I'm just going to click on flyers. And I'm just going to choose. Is that the one that you use? All right, let's do it. All right, so I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to click on create now. Does anybody have an MLS number handy? Otherwise, I'm going to have to go find one.
993.
Boom. Okay, so all you would do is just type in your MLS number in here and hit search. It's going to ask me if I have the approval to do this flyer, and you just hit OK. No. Oh man, I didn't take it.
You ready for it? Here's the real one.
Oh, okay, I'm ready. Okay. I thought you were messing with me. It really did sound fictionary there. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I'm not. It's not going anywhere. Only the people who are on the Zoom are going to see it. Whoa, that's a nice house. It is a modern marvel. Okay, so anyhow, it will automatically populate everything from MLS, all of the photos, all the verbiage, everything. You can go in here and you can edit it. You just click on the box and then click on the little pencil, and you can add or remove anything that you don't like. Oh yes, you click on modern marvel and then the little pencil and you can change that. Okay, so I'm gonna click on backside here because here are all of the photos. So if you do not like one of the photos that's in here, this is a really pretty house. You can just click on the photo and then click on this little select image button. Cool thing is it pulls up every single photo that's in MLS. So you can just scroll down, pick and choose which one you want. I love kitchens. Oh, there we go. Okay, so then I scroll down right here. Where's my insert button? I can't see. No. Yeah. Oh, here's my insert button. Okay, you select the photo that you want and then you click on insert. Scroll up. There we go. Wow, that is so pretty. Okay, after I drool over this beautiful house, once we make all of our edits here, we're just going to click on save and continue. Now, the very most important part about this is you do not click print this product, because if you do, it's going to ask for your credit card. Yeah. So just click on download this product. Then it's going to say JPEG or print PDF. So obviously JPEG is a picture, you can post that on Facebook, and then print resolution PDF, download PDF. That's where you can print it on the shiny paper. Or an open house, if you're doing an open house for someone else. So it's important to do this if you're having an open house for someone else because it has your personal information on it. And it's downloading here. Let's see how pretty it is. Here we go. Look at that beauty. All right, and here's the back. This is way too much house for me, but I would love to live in it. Okay. I know. Me too. I know a lot of them. Okay, so that's how you do flyers in Backagent. If you click over here to the Learning tab, if you ever have any questions about anything in Backagent, you can go to the video training here, and it has a video on how to do absolutely everything inside of Backagent. There's also things in here for BHG, not just Backagent. Like Pinpoint, that's a good program that's inside Greenhouse, etc. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the Transactions tab. This is when it gets kind of tricky. Okay. You guys won't see anything because you don't have any transactions. Oh goodness, I tried to. Anyhow, okay, so when you start working with someone, you're ready to close and you want to get paid, you have to get what's called, oh, thank you, a CDA. A CDA is a Commission Disbursement Authorization Form. That is a form that tells the title company how to pay you. If you don't have one of those, the check is going to get cut to title, or from title, it's going to get cut all to Gary Green. Then you're going to have to wait to finish your file in Backagent. Then you have to, I mean, it's a process, another week and a half after you close. And being a new agent, the time is money and you've spent lots of it. So you need that closing check. So I'm going to show you how to create your file in Backagent, and hopefully it will be something super easy for you guys. So when you log in, you're not going to see all these different transactions. I can only see them because I have manager access. So what we'll do here is we'll just click on add a transaction. Backagent is my favorite program because it is so easy. It walks you through everything. Okay, I clicked on it. Work your magic. Okay, so obviously over here on this side, it'll have your information, not mine. So what kind of transaction are we creating? Or is it a residential, apartment, referral? I'm going to select residential. Sale or sale listing, lease or lease listing. Yes, you have to put your leases in here because we have to have a CDA for a lease as well. Even though it's not a closing and it's not going through title, we still have to know how to pay you. So I'm going to do sale or sale listing. Okay, so these categories here. Start means you just have your listing agreement signed, you have not gone live yet, or you just have your buyer's representation agreement signed, you haven't picked a home yet. Showing means we are live on MLS, we are showing the home. Contract means I have a signed residential contract. Not a listing contract, an actual signed residential contract. Pre-closing means I am ready for my CDA. I need my CDA. We're about to close in 2 weeks or whatever it is. Please do not wait until after closing to submit your file in Backagent. Not only does it make our lives very, very difficult, but it also, again, you're going to have to wait to get paid because the title company is already upset with you because you've waited too long. The best time, okay, so the best time to start is as soon as you have documents signed. And definitely as soon as you get your signed residential contract, that needs to be put in Backagent pretty quickly. Not only because it saves you time, because if you wait until a week before closing to do all of this, you're going to be sitting down for a while trying to get everything together. But it also helps us out because when we do end of the month, we have to have those contracts in Backagent. And if we don't, then we're hounding you guys for them. And then you're upset with me because I won't stop calling you. So I'm going to go to the start phase. I've just signed my listing agreement with my seller. I'm going to select my client. Linda is my client.
So where does that pull from? The possible reactor?
Anybody who's ever put anything in Backagent. Now, your seller's name is probably not going to be in there because they haven't worked with anybody except you.
And you also have to choose.
Yes. So when I get over to the contacts tab, I'll show you what he's talking about. Okay, so I'm going to click create new transaction. So remember, anything that's orange needs to be done. If it's orange, you're not done yet. So I would recommend that you start left to right. If you start just uploading all of your documents now, when you go to answer the dates and info, whatever questions, however you answer the questions is whatever document is going to be required. So if you say that it's in a flood zone, it's going to require that flood addendum. If you say that it's in a mud, it's going to ask you for that mud addendum. So it's always a good idea to start left to right. So I'm going to start over here on my property. So I'm going to click on set property. So if it has been an MLS for more than 24 hours, Back Agent will pull it through. If it hasn't been in Back Agent for more than 24 hours and you've just made it live and you're just wanting to get this done, you can just click on no, enter basic information. So I'm going to put in an address here. And I'm going to put a sales price. $1.2 million. Set property now. Okay, so we're selling Gary Green. Linda is our seller. Okay, so we're going to come over here to dates and info. It's going to ask us when our listing agreement took effect, when it's going to expire, how was the relationship established, all of that good stuff. So I'm just going to go through here and just answer just some bogus answers here. Let's just say personal website. What type of property is this? Obviously, this is a commercial property, but I'm going to put single family in here because that's normally what it is. I'm going to say this is a conventional resale. Now, to point, if you're working with a builder, make sure that you select builder because the contract is going to be completely different than a normal residential contract. It's going to be the proprietary forms. It's not going to be the TREC forms. I'm going to put conventional resale. Was the property built before 1978? If you hit yes, it's going to ask you for the lead-based paint addendum. But I'm just going to say no. Yes, it's in a HOA. Yes, it's in a mud. And then, is it in a flood zone? Hopefully you've already figured that out before while you were listing the property. Again, if you hit yes, it's going to ask you for that flood addendum. Will another party get a referral fee or a referral or relocation fee for this transaction? Most of the time it's no, but if it is yes, you must put it in here. We've had several times where the agent has forgotten to put it in there, it has closed, and now they owe $2,000 or $3,000 to this person that they should have put in Back Agent. Yes. What is your expected commission percent? 3%. 99. Oh, are you gonna? I need some clothes. You can take me shopping. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here to the Documents tab. Yes. Rental.
And would you need to put in addendum about being built for 1974? A lot of times that's
I would think so, because it's
Yeah.
out there because it's a health risk and anybody living there would need to know.
Just because they're not buying, they're still people.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. As a broad principle,
If that person leasing it for the money, they have an inspection done, or if they find out they could, does that kill your lease?
Well, everything depends on what they'll show, so.
I guess it would be required for health reasons.
Dun, dun, dun.
Interesting.
Okay, so once we get over to the documents tab here, so there's two different ways that you can do it. You can either download all of the stuff from the zip forms onto your computer, and it could be several different PDFs, or you can print them and scan them into the system, and it could be one giant PDF. Either way, we have the ability to move and separate them wherever they need to go. Doesn't matter to me, it's whatever's easiest for you. So I'm gonna show you both of the ways. So, go ahead, you have a question? Okay, so if we have everything in one enchilada and we don't have it separated, we're just gonna click on add a document. Upload now, upload a file. I really hope that I have some stuff on here. Find something. No, it's a JPEG. It'll only let me put in a PDF. It is cute though, huh? Okay, here we go. Here's some contracts. Boom. Okay, so if I have everything in one PDF, I've just selected that entire PDF. So what it's going to do is it's going to bring up every single page of that contract, and I'll be able to tell it where I want it to go.
Your application is done through mysmartmove.com. You get the download and PDF of the contract after. I've not used mysmartmove.com. I don't know.
My Smart Move is.
You may or may not get the contract. You ask the client for the contract, and they can provide it. But if they don't, then you need to show Angela that you requested it and.
But I thought that My Smart Move was just to see if they qualify for it. Well, they fill out an application first before they do the My Smart Move.
Looks like it'll qualify. If they see red flags right on that, they'll just say, hey, don't bother with the application fee, and don't proceed, pass go. But once they do, then you pay the application fee. They enter the client pays the application fee. They enter it online, and then they do the background checks based on that and do the approval.
Yeah, and if they're approved, then the lease agreement is created afterwards. So you'll definitely get the copy of that. Okay, maybe not definitely.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working with apartment complexes, they don't like to give that up. Okay, so we've uploaded our contract documents here. I've got a contract, a seller's disclosure. We got all kinds of fun stuff in here. But obviously at the point that we're in, we're gonna act like this is a listing agreement, okay? So what I'm gonna do is you can either select all, like let's say this is just a listing agreement, you can select all and then send it where you want it to go. But since we've put everything together, we want to tell it where it wants to go. So I'm just gonna select a few pages here and act like this is the listing agreement. Scroll up and I'm gonna hit create document. So now Back Agent has a long list of saved subjects that you can put it under. So obviously the orange ones are the ones that are required right now. So I'm going to select listing agreement because that's the documents that I've just selected that I want to upload. I'm going to do it again. Hang on. Do not click on save document and quit, because then you're going to have to start all over again. Click on save and add another. And here, Mark, I'll get that screen's going to come up again.
No.
Y'all are going to have to come up with some nicknames. Okay, so now I've got my IABS. I'm selecting my IABS here. I'm scrolling up, I'm clicking create document. And here's my list. There's my IABS. I'm selecting that. I'm saving and adding another. And you'll just do this until you've gotten all of them uploaded.
I guess the difference is that I usually see that by going to documents, you know, on the top nav bar. In a screen or two before that,
Mm-hmm.
when you go into documents, and it shows you this one's required now, and you click on required now
Mm-hmm.
and upload it, it'll just upload it to that one.
Yes.
You have to choose.
Yes.
100 documents.
Yes. So I wanted to show both ways of having the big one and then
Right.
having just the individual one. Sometimes you just want to upload just that one document. Yes. Okay. Yes. So if no.
No, you get turn it on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Angela.
Stop.
Happy birthday to you.
That
Well, every time, the first time I see you, I see you, right? So, just happen to have an audience.
well, thank you. Okay. So that was if you wanted to upload one big enchilada. So now I'm going to show you if you're just looking through your required documents and you just want to upload just one form. So this is what this Mark was talking about. If you just click on required now, attach your document, upload now, and then you can just select that one form that you'd like to upload. Oh, brother, this is a really big one. See, oh, here's an IBS. This is a small one. You have a question?
Yeah, so is there a way to like see those documents a little closer?
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be like guessing which one.
Yeah. Sorry, I've just gotten so used to knowing which one's which. Yes, so if you just click on the form, just like this, it'll highlight it bigger for you so you know what you're doing.
All it takes for me to know what I'm doing, great.
Yes. Now just remember when you're doing it individually like this, if you don't click on the save button, it's gone and all your work is for nothing.
And the other thing is, if you choose something other than on file fully executed, it will, let's see, it'll take away the required now orange button, but it'll still like show you a required document.
Up at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up there. You're like, what's required? I don't see anything.
Okay, so right now we're in the start phase. We've got our listening agreement signed. We're ready to go live. So I'm going to click on the showing button. All right. 2 days later, as it's happening right now, all the houses are off the market very quickly. We have an executed contract. So we're going to click on the contract phase. Please, 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 please click on the contract button when you get a contract. Because when I run my reports, especially if you have like a new build that's not an MLS and I'm running the production for the Tuesday meeting, if you don't have it in the contract phase, I don't find it and then you're upset because your name is not on the board. So make sure that you click on that when you have that contract. So again, more contacts and dates and info questions are required. So we're just going to come through here and answer them. So under the contacts, obviously your buyer and your buyer's agent and your the title company, those are all required. So I'm just gonna put some random stuff here. Ha! Here we go. Your name is now Bob.
What?
Yep. I was just thinking of a movie. His name is Bob Stone. Okay. If you know what movie I'm talking about, you do?
Name of the movie?
I can't remember now.
What's the movie?
All right. Oh, why am I not in there? Come on. Is there more than one Angela Boyette? Oh, whatever. Okay, so when he's talking about when you start to type in people's information and it is in that list there. I'm gonna remove this and start again so I can show you because I totally forgot. So when you start to type in someone's name and suggested possible people come up over here, that is for agents who have worked with these certain title companies, certain buyers, or sorry, buyers agent, listing agents and stuff like that, and they've put them in here. So I'm going to select the contact. Oh gosh, I have both sides. Then we're going to put in the title company. I'm just going to use Tina in the back as my example. Tina Morello. Okay, so I've gotten all my contacts entered, now dates and info. I'm not going to go through all this because it ends up being a whole lot of questions once I put that execution date in there. So it's going to ask you, how long was your option period? How's the survey being obtained? When's the closing date? What's the sales price? What type of financing is the buyer using? Is your commission calculated from the full percent or from the full sales price? Again, make sure it's going to ask you if you're paying a referral. Make sure that if you are, you enter that in there. Let's see. If it's a cash sale, be sure to put that in here, because if you put that it's a conventional or FHA or VA or something like that, it's going to require that third-party financing addendum. Okay, this is actually shorter than I thought. Oh wait, our listing price was 1.2 million. I was about to give them a really good deal. Did I do that right? 1,2,0,0,0,0,0. Okay, is your commission percent? Yes. Okay, here's the what type of financing are we doing? We're going to do cash. We got us a really good buyer. Okay, so again, over here in the document section, it's going to ask for all of this information. Oh crap. I'm going to take myself out of here because it's asking for a bunch of buyer's documentation because it thinks I'm representing both sides. Look, and there you go. There's your name. Okay. Oh, it's going to ask me, dang it, the intermediary notice, because it thinks it's an, okay. Anyhow, so you put your contract, your HOA, your MUD district form in here. So for right now, you're good. You're good for the end of, once you get those documents in here, you're good for the end of the month production. And you're good until you're ready for a CDA. I suggest that you submit your file at least 2 weeks before closing. Because if you're this naughty kid over here, because if you get, let's say it's a new build, the prices change all the time with the upgrades and everything that's going on. There's a BTSA or whatever. The sales price could change right before you're ready to close, and now we have to rush and get your CDA changed for you. I'm going to click on pre-closing. I'm ready for a CDA, and we have more contacts to answer. So let's go back. Okay, the insurance and home warranty is not absolutely required. So if you don't know it, just put, oops, I clicked the wrong button. If you don't know it, just hit no, I don't know it. No insurance agent. Yes, there is no insurance agent, and it'll go away. But if you do know it, put it in there.
When you're entering contacts, it has a section for adding the industry of the person, and that always messes me up because it's only real estate industry type things. And so when I'm entering buyers or sellers, I'm trying to look for,
Oh, you don't have to put that in there. Because most of the time they're not in the real estate. You don't have to. Yeah. Okay. When is the actual closing being held? If you put a date in here for the actual closing past what's on the contract, past what we put in there already, it's going to ask you for an amendment to extend the closing date. So make sure that if it did extend, that you have that amendment.
The great thing about this, so kind of a workflow check for you and make sure that you've got everything you need.
Okay, so that CAP program that I was talking about, the client appreciation program, this is the question. So if you select yes, it's automatically going to put the $25 on your CDA. But if you don't want it, you just click no. So if I would have hit yes, it would have required me to put that cap form
For the
in there.
document.
Mhm. Okay, so I'm gonna just really quickly, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of forms in here so I can show you how to submit your file. So that way, okay. All right, so I'm just gonna select some random pages in here so I can get these. Create document. Intermediary notice. Make sure you hit save and add another. If you hit save and quit, you've lost everything and you have to start all over again. And again, right now I'm just playing around, just putting whatever in here so I can show you guys how to submit your file for approval. So what happens is once you submit your file, a notice goes to Charles, Linda, Brian, and Sharon, and whoever gets to it first, will approve or deny your file. So they're looking for signatures, initials, and dates. They also look at making sure that things are filled out correctly. So if it's not, they will reject your file and it will send you an email letting you know exactly what it was that was wrong. And you can go in there and correct what's missing so that we can get you. That's another reason why to submit your file a couple weeks before closing for things like that as well. So once your files are approved, Danielle, Shauna, or I will get a notification. So then we will get with accounting, get your CDA created, and send it over to you. We don't send the CDAs to the title company because if your split's incorrect or if there's a payout that's missing or a bonus or whatever, if something's wrong, we don't want the title company to cut checks to you that are incorrect. So, okay, so once I have completed my entire file, the submit button is yellow. That's what we want to see. So I'm going to click submit. Try to. Okay, I'm going to create request. So this is the funding request. So this does not have your splits on it. All this is the 3%, any bonuses or any payouts. That's all this is. So this is what I would send to accounting to get you your CDA. So the first thing that you need to do is click on this little calculator. And we're going to put 3 for 3%. Wow, this is a really big commission we're going to get. So this is
Property discount.
So we want to be sure, this is a good place to check to make sure our contract or sales price is correct. If anything's changed, then we need to hit cancel and go back and fix it. So if you've gotten approved by Brian and there's a special percent, if it's a 2 or 2.5, that is the number that you'd put in there. So update. So on a sale, the BAF, brokerage administrative fee for $95, and the E&O, the errors and omission, is $40. Those are on every single sale transaction. Now, if you are on a lease transaction, you won't have that BAF, the brokerage administrative fee, only the E&O. If you want to contribute to the Gary Green Foundation, you'd put that there. If you have anything that you need to pay towards your account, you'd put that there. If you have any additional payout, you're paying for the home warranty, you have a partner split that you want to pay them, or an intermediary, you want to pay your intermediary, that would all go there. The referral, if you had one, it would automatically calculate it there. You wouldn't have to edit that. You wouldn't have to calculate that yourself. It would appear right here underneath the accounts receivable line. If you have any special circumstance that you want to, or something special that you want to tell us, you put it here under the comments, remarks, and instructions. So once we're done there, we're going to hit create funding request. You're not done. Some agents think, okay, I've created my funding request, I'm done, I've submitted my file, and then they call me an hour before they're closing and going, where's my CDA? So this little button right here that says continue to the next step, you must click that. You're not done. So then you hit yes all the way down here. These are just questions asking you if you've entered in your information correctly. Now, submit transaction. Now you're done. Linda's gonna be like, what in the world? So now we're in review. We're waiting on documentation approval. Linda will go in there, approve or deny your file, and then we'll be notified to get you your CDA. So this is all very important. The lease transactions go the exact same way, except you won't send your CDA to anybody. It'll just be for you. The checks are sent to our office. We will attach the CDA and any the lease agreement and all of that stuff and send it to corporate. The corporate run comes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So they pick up those checks, take them to corporate, and then corporate will cut you your check, and then they'll bring it back in the run. And then Terry will email you when your check gets here and put it in your mailbox. So that's pretty much that in a nutshell. I'll show you, I'm not going to go into terminations right now just because I feel like that was a whole lot that you just learned, and termination may just throw you off. So if you have a file that terminates, just come see me and I'll walk you through how to do that. Does anybody have any questions?
So what if something changes?
Mm-hmm.
Would you change that in the contract amendment? Right?
Yes,
Okay.
I wouldn't change the contract.
Would you do that here? Can you advertise it here?
Yes, you can put the amendment in here.
Okay.
Yes. Any kind of amendment that you get, sales price change. Oh, note, if the sales price changes and you already have a CDA, it will allow you to upload the amendment, but it will not allow you to change the price. So just shoot us an email and let us know that that's happened and we'll change it for you. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we've lost 2 people.
One thing that I see in your handout is the roundtable,
Mm-hmm.
and I hadn't, I've seen that you can share documents from Back Agent with the contacts in the list.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't really thought about it before, but reading, this,
Mm-hmm.
that you could use this as your central place to send out all of your documents and make sure that you've got the documents in,
In Back
in
Agent,
Back
yes.
Agent.
And then over here under the contacts tab, you can add people in here. So if they're not in here, like if you had a partner here, or you had a coordinator or a loan or whatever, somebody else in here, if you hit share transaction, you could make, like if you put your partner in here, you could give them access to your account. Down here, you can make those changes here. And the cool thing, when you send a document to someone else through Back Agent, they can only see that document. They can't go back and see anything else that you have in your file. But yes, that's a great way. If you're in the car and you need to just send someone something really quickly, that's a great way to do it.
And I have the folder system set up on my hard drive, and okay, here's where everything is. But it's like, well, we've already got that with Back Agent.
Yeah. It's like your filing cabinet, and you can set your Back Agent calendar to sync with your Outlook calendar. So when you go in there and you add your option period date in there, your closing date in there, it adds it to your calendar. So it'll be there as a reminder for you. Oh, my closing's coming up. Oh, the option period is about to end. Stuff like that.
Great.
Oh, and one more thing. If you're looking for a certain person in the office and you can't remember their last name, you can type in like their first name here and then click on all offices. and find them.
So we can find
Phone
you and your
numbers.
birthday in there
Yep. Mhm, mhm. Anybody whose name is Angela.
without having to go to this class.
Look, there's all kinds of Angelas. So anyhow, if any of you have any questions, I'm just right next to work, so come see me for anything. Next week, we are doing a Zip Forms class. Shauna will be here to teach that. I'll be sitting with you guys to learn some more stuff about Zip Forms. Is there anything that you guys are doing right now that you're confused about, not about Back Agent, or that you need help with, or that you think we should do a class on?
Real estate or life?
A do what?
Real estate or life?
Oh, real estate.
No.
I'm your office coordinator. I'm not your life coach. Okay. Look, she's gone. I'm gonna go ahead and end this.
If I'm sailing